Millennials, those of you approaching your 30s or heading into your 40s, you now make up 43% of all leadership positions within organizations. So if you're a millennial and thinking about rapidly accelerating your career and taking your next step from where you are now to senior or executive leadership, your time is now, and I'm here to show you how. As a millennial, you spent years honing your skills. You've been managing teams or indirectly influencing people. You've had to come up with innovative ways to solve challenges. You've mastered technologies, and now it's time for you to rapidly grow your career. But how do you make that leap from where you are now to an executive leader? How do you take all that potential as a millennial and all that experience and turn it into leadership success? Well, that's where my channel comes in. For those of you new to this channel, I'm Tariq, a product and technology leader at one of the world's largest investment banks. I've spent the past 20 years in the corporate world, navigating office politics, building my personal brand, presenting to the C-suite and leading high-performing teams. And I want to show you how to do the same. This channel is your playbook for career success. In this video, we're going to cover the key attributes that make you primed for success. It's important you're fully aware and understand what these attributes are so that you can then build on them. And in the series of videos that I have on this channel, we will be exploring those skills in more detail and setting you up for success. The first attribute is acknowledging your experience and your maturity. So as a millennial, you've probably been in the workforce now for around 10 to 20 years. You would have moved industries, or maybe you stayed in the same. Me personally, I've worked in the NHS, in consumer goods and in banking, so across multiple industries in that span of time. And all of those experiences that I've had and that you've probably had as a millennial, they all build towards this experience maturity that requires you to be a successful leader. So whether you're not advanced in your career and you've taken sideways steps, or maybe you've maintained your position, you have the experience maturity now to start moving into that leadership space. The next attribute is our tech savviness. As millennials, we were the first generation to grow up in the technology boom. Therefore, we are naturally adept at picking up new technologies, but also introducing them into our day-to-day life. For example, either business strategy or day-to-day, we think about what technologies can help us to solve the problems that we face. That gives us a unique edge in multiple industries, but also gives us the priming we need to be senior and executive leaders who are focused these days on digital transformation, bringing in AI as an example, or making changes to process. We are comfortable with that change, but we're also comfortable with technology. So embrace that fact and play on it. Effectively make that one of your unique selling points as a millennial, that you can bring technology to the forefront and you're not afraid to do so. The next attribute is our resilience and our adaptability. Now, you may be watching this video and think that you don't have resilience, but actually think about what you have faced globally over your time working in your career over 10 to 20 years. There was a 2008 market crash which affected us globally. We've had the pandemic. These sort of economic downturns have actually caused you to think about your career, but also your job security, and have made you more resilient. Whether you lost your job and you were able to get another one, or whether you have used that time in your life to make sure that you were the one that was kept in your job, but also accelerated it. These things have made you more resilient over time, so do not underplay your value when it comes to resilience. You're at a prime time in your career now where you can stretch yourself in that space and make yourself more resilient for the leadership positions that you deserve. The next attribute, whilst linked to technology, is all about innovation and our emphasis on innovation. So slightly different in the sense that innovation is a mindset, it's a way of working. It's not about the technology itself, it's about how you take that technology and how you innovate existing ways of working or solving a customer problem. So as an innovator, millennials, we're accustomed to being open-minded, to being agile, to being flexible and disruptive. And effectively, these are the skills you need now as a modern leader to propel yourself into executive leadership. So if you are challenging the status quo in your organization, think of that as a critical skill set that you'll need and you'll need to emphasize to go forward and rapidly grow your career. As a millennial, we've also championed well-being and employee work-life balance. And the reason for this is because in the 10 to 20 years of your work, your career, you've probably been through significant life changes, whether that's having children, getting married, getting divorced, all sorts of life changes that affect your mindset, your mental health, but also make you value your work-life balance. And that's really important to be a progressive leader. A progressive leader is someone who can acknowledge that people are going through life events, and to be high performing in their job, they also need to cater for those balances between life and work. And you are in a position to do that, having been through that yourself. So do not underplay your work in the life balance space, but also your ability to help employees think about their life balance, and therefore making them trust you to be that leader that they want you to be. The next attribute that will make you successful for leadership positions are effectively your ability to master collaboration and team management. So within your career now, whether it's been 10 to 20 years of working, you have mastered a way of collaborating with others. You've worked with different types of people. You've even seen how the great collaborators have propelled their careers, and you've witnessed that. So you have an understanding and a mastery of the collaboration. And whether you need to hone those skills or you're aware of what needs to change, it's your time now to make those changes and to master the collaboration skills you need to be successful. You are never successful on your own. It's your job to lift your team up and those around you and make them successful, in turn making you successful. Whether you've been a manager right now in your career and you're not necessarily leading, that switch is now the time to make as well. So managing your operations, turning that into more visionary leadership, really motivating teams. You've got that understanding of managing day to day, managing members, to then turn that into leadership and visionary leadership. And a significant attribute, not related to us directly, but really something as an opportunity for millennials, is that it's now the time for the boomers and the Gen Xers to retire, to move out of leadership positions. A lot of them are transitioning out of leadership positions within your organization. Have a good look. You'll see that there is now growing need for the new generation, or I'd say the generation below, which is the millennials, to take over, step into that space and start that succession planning between when the boomers and the Gen Xers retire to when you come in and take over those leadership positions. So with the unique blend of skills and experience that we've discussed in this video, you are now positioned to take on those positions. And in this channel and on subsequent videos, I will be discussing how you can do that in detail and giving you the skills, the necessary steps, and using my experience and my own experience in working in these environments that have got me to a senior leadership position in a large global investment bank. If you're ready to accelerate your career and you accept the attributes that you've heard in this video that make you primed for success as a senior or executive leader, then hit that subscribe button and take this journey to the top with me. I'll be teaching you skills that I've learned that have got me to a successful leadership position and helping you create the career playbook that will prime you for success. I'll be uploading weekly videos covering a range of topics to help you successful in your career, giving you real examples from my own experience that have got me to this senior leadership position and really going to propel me into the next phase of my career. And I'll share that journey with you here on YouTube, but also give you the successful attributes that will help you with your own career playbook. So stay tuned for more.